You just started the recording. You gotta say it one more time.
One more time, Garuda.
When you see something beautiful in somebody, tell them. It may take a while for you to tell them, but for them, it will last a lifetime.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sanghat, do you have something you'd like to talk about tonight? Oh, Mr. Josh, amen. Do you have something you'd like to talk about tonight? Let's see, I think you're muted.
We were muted. Yes, I have a lot of things I would love to talk about tonight.
All right, we're nothing but a bunch of ears here.
I want to see, I've really been feeling the spirit of Vajrasattva through everything that I've been going through, and want to see if we can sing for maybe a few minutes that mantra and potentially move towards it being just something that we do every Dharma night.
Would you like to do that first, right now? Or you're just saying
Yes.
sometime tonight?
Can you pull it up? It would feel supportive to clear my mind and tune into myself with the mantra.
It's great.
This,
I love it. I love that this is happening.
I'm pulling up the mantra really quick for Shekina so she can learn as well.
All righty.
Mershida, would you like to lead or would you like me? I know we're trying to figure out the best way to do it with Zoom and people singing.
Well, I'm happy to lead if you want me to lead, and I'm happy for anybody else to lead. I think it's
Okay.
when we're teaching it to somebody, we should start out slow so that somebody can learn the pronunciation of the syllables and gradually create some speed.
What is the mantra?
Vajrasattva.
I agree with that. And I think that the way that you would go about such a thing would be beautiful.
Okay. So then it's
For
helpful
tonight.
for people to mute because otherwise the sound gets confusing.
Yes.
And you sent a PDF in the Heart Drops thread, or where did you send it last night so Garuda can look at it?
Yeah, it's in the heart drop thread. If you click, yeah, we'll resend it to the, so it's refreshed right now.
Okay.
Hello? I don't have any picture.
Ramana, we see you.
I don't have any picture on the participants, and I don't have any picture on you. And I can't seem to get it to work.
I think it has to do something with when you're on your phone, you have to scroll to the side. Somebody was talking about that.
It's just I signed in as normal, but there's no video on any of the screens. I've only got sound.
Try turning the app off and rebooting the app itself and trying again. This happened before, like a few weeks for you, and you did that, and that's what fixed it.
gives you all time to ingest physical food. Meanwhile, there is a beautiful visualization that goes with the Vajrasattva mantra. We could start with that, which is to envision and feel that Vajrasattva, clear, pure white Buddha, sits on top of your head, and the big toe of his right foot sits right at the opening of your central channel. And the Buddha realms, the Buddha fields above him, all the enlightened Buddhas are sending an ambrosia, like a white nectar, a liquid, into Vajrasattva. And that flows through him and out his big toe into our bodies and begins to rinse away any defilement, any obstacle, any obscuration, and completely transforms us into a pure vessel, white like Vajrasattva himself. So we can sit quietly just a moment and sense that nectar coming in. We're sensing the pure white nectar of Vajrasattva streaming into our bodies from Vajrasattva's big toe into our central channel. Vajrasattva is the being who repairs all broken vows, all impurities. Om Benzrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzrasattva Teneba Tishta Titu Mebowa Sutokayo Mebowa Supokayo Mebowa Anurato Mebowa Sarvasiddhi Mebowa Yatu Sarvakama Susane Sitan Shirye Guru Hom Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarvatathagata Meza Mame Meza Meza Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ah. Om Benzrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzrasattva Teneba Tishta Titu Mebowa Sutokayo Mebowa Supokayo Mebowa Anurato Mebowa Sarvasiddhi Mebowa Yatu Sarvakama Susane Sitan Shirye Guru Hom Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarvatathagata Meza Mame Meza Meza Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ah. Om Benzrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzrasattva Teniba Tishta Titu Mebowa Sutokayo Mebowa Supokayo Mebowa Anurato Mebowa Sarvasiddhi Mebowa Yatu Sarvakama Susane Sitam Shirye Guru Hom Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarvatathagata Meza Mame Meza Meza Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ah. Om Benzrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzrasattva Teniba Tishta Titu Mebowa Sutokayo Mebowa Supokayo Mebowa Anurato Mebowa Sarvasiddhi Mebowa Yatu Sarvakama Susane Sita Shirye Guru Hom Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarvatathagata Meza Mame Meza Meza Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ah. Om Benzrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzrasattva Teneba Tishta Titu Mebowa Sutokayo Mebowa Supokayo Mebowa Anurato Mebowa Sarvasiddhi Mebowa Yatu Sarvakama Susane Sitam Shirye Guru Hom Ha 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 ho, Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Meza Mama Meza Meza Bala Mahasamaya Sato A. Om Bendrasapa Samaya Manipalaya Bendrasapa Teneba Tishta Tiktu Mebawa Sutakaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarata Sarvasiri Mebawa Yatan Sarvakam Sisane Titan Shriye Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Meza Mama Meza Meza Bala Mahasamaya Sa Om Bendrasapa Samaya Manipalaya Bendrasapa Teneba Tisha Tiktu Mebawa Sutukaya Mebawa Supukaya Mebawa Anarata Mebawa Sarvasiri Mebawa Yatan Sarvakama Suzane Sitan Shri Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatadagata Mizamame Meza Meza Bala Mahasamaya Sato Om Bendrasapa Samaya Manipalaya Bendrasapa Teneba Tisha Tiktu Mebawa Sutukaya Mebawa Supukaya Mebawa Anarata Mebawa Sarvasiri Mebawa Yatan Sarvakama Susane Titan Shri Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatatagata Mizamame Meza Meza Bala Samaya Satu Bendra Sabha Samaya Manipala Bendra Sabha Teneba Dishtatiktu Mebu Sutukaya Mebu Supukaya Mebawa Anarata Mebawa Sarvasiri Mebawa Yatan Sarvakama Susane Titan Shri Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatadagata Meza Mame Meza Meza Bala Mahasam Sato Om Bindra Sapa Samaya Manipalaya Bindra Sapa Tenepa Tishtatikti Mebawa Sutukaya Mebawa Supukaya Mebawa Anarata Mebawa Sarvasiri Mebawa Yatan Sarvakam Susane Titan Shri Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhaga Sarvadadagata Meza Moy Meza Meza Bala Mahasamaya Sato Om Bindra Sapa Samaya Manipalaya Bindra Sapa Tenepa Tishtatitu Mebawa, Sutukaya Mebawa, Supukaya Mebawa, Anarata Mebawa, Sarvasiti Mebawa, Ya Kama Susane, Sita Jaya Guru Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Sarvatata Gata Meza, Meza Meza Bawa Mahasamaya Sato A. Om Bendra Sapa Samaya, Manipalaya, Bendra Sapa Tenipa, Tishtatitu Mebawa, Sutukaya Mebawa, Supukaya Mebawa, Anarata Mebawa, Sarvasiti Mebawa, Yata Sarvakama Susan, Sitan Shri Guru Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Mesa, Mesa Mesa, Mahasamaya Satu Ah.
It's okay to talk again.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That really makes a difference. Ever since you woke up and you came into this union, and all of a sudden, bang, you woke up. Everything you do is like the best thing that could possibly happen. You can't help it. You just bang.
I've been,
Okay. You said other things you want to talk about.
Mhm. I think I'll start with after last night's Dharma talk. You talked a lot of, I journal almost every single day, and a lot of it typically moves towards automatic writing and things just coming through on pen and paper. And so there was things that I reflected on and wrote about based on our conversation around the order of the clear light, and the entirety of yesterday's Dharma talk.
Oops.
Where are you going?
Was that a question?
No, a statement.
Spiritual merit and the awareness to see, be quiet, and listen as a clear channel of light is the purity of thy intention. To respect the source of all things as creation and God. To live in the embodiment and essence of the order of the clear light. To trust deeply that God communicates and always provides exactly what is necessary as the way for the purpose of that individual fractal of consciousness or soul returning to the infinite. To move from individual consciousness to group consciousness to universal consciousness in the way of harmony with all relations. To be and embody generosity as a way of life, not for praise or recognition, but to see that you were given the opportunity to give the essence of the order of the clear light as a transmission of unconditional love. One must be willing and open to explore the idea of self-awareness, to see the oneness in all, and to live from the inside out. Through devotion to spiritual merit, all stories, limitations, and concepts simply return to the space, and the purity of the light and one's heart can be experienced and shared. When one chooses to dance with the great mystery of life, the veils of limitation dissolve and miracles are all that remain. In the emptiness of space lies the vastness of the infinite. The journey of self-actualization offers one the continual opportunity to surrender into the emptiness of the universe. Here in the clarity of the order of the clear light, I stand, unwavering in the impeccability of thy word and thy commitment to growth and expansion. I love the life I get to live. I love the gift that I am and the reflection of remembrance.
He
Wow.
wrote that after that. I talked about it. Wow.
Beautiful.
I guess I'll have to triple what I said before you read it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see somebody fully wake up, but it's never happened. I've never seen this before. Like something happens and then bang, everybody wakes up. It's something. I don't have no words for it tonight. I'm just so happy.
Me neither. I've been in such a state of bliss and just pure happiness. And the Vajrasattva mantra, I think Shekina is experiencing. I've just been like rattling it over and over and over and over again. And she's like experiencing this different side of me. But the energy's been moving through absolutely insane today. And being here is now making so much sense for me. We had the opportunity to meet family members of Okalani today, who there was this really big festival in Fallbrook, in downtown festival, about a half mile away from the warehouse. I don't remember the name of it, but when we went over there, there were like a couple thousand people there. And we got them set up to ride e-bikes over there. And through that, they met some people or friends that saw them there, and they said, "Hey, where'd you get those bikes?" And so then they came to us and we had our first official customers where we had 3 people rent bikes for the day, and we made amazing connections to people here locally in Fallbrook who have many, many relations to people who would value from riding a bikes, and they already put in an order to rent 10 bikes or 12 bikes for next Saturday for their whole group to go ride in Oceanside.
Woohoo!
And
you
so,
shared
go ahead.
have you shared this with Jerry?
I did. Jerry was spending most of the day with family, but we had a short, really potent 5-7 minute conversation to really
That's good.
distill a lot of things. And you know Jerry's voice. He was like, "What? Are you serious?" And we got to work out a lot of the kinks. And there was also, through being here, and Pierre was here for 2 hours today, which was absolutely perfect for when he was here and how he helped and contributed. But we found that there are bikes missing here without no one communicating to us. And Jerry didn't know about it, and Okalani didn't know about it, and they're figuring it out. And so I wanted to voice that I have a full inventory of lists, and I can tell how many miles have been put on a bike, because I took pictures and had all of that documented from, I don't know, 2 months ago. And so there was that exploration, and also ways that we can move towards more security and clear communication between Jerry and Okalani, which we've moved towards. And there's this beautiful wall behind us on this side. I've gotten so inspired that I'm going to paint this entire wall. We're going to continue pouring back into this space. And there's this room here that has a room behind it, and that's going to be the main office for the adventure rental company. And I spoke with Jerry about that, and he loves it. And so it'll provide more space, and the back room will be where all of the keys are, the bike chargers, and the bike batteries, so that everything can be in a locked room, everything can be accounted for, things of that nature. And then they have these beautiful, like, industrial style racks where there's bikes on top and bikes beneath. All of the bikes will be chained together so that no one can just come and, do as they please, which it has seemed that people have done, and they've probably enjoyed it. But to have specific systems and measures in place, we are working towards that. And I'll also speak with you too. I'm going to reconsider the offer of selling all of the bikes, and I want to just sell a few, because I really see the potential that at some point, Pierre and I had this amazing moment of laughter of, hey, we're gonna require more bikes at some point, potentially, which I think is absolutely bizarre to think of.
Well, that's what I've always seen. I mean, the
Yeah.
real value here is just that sometimes I'm a little ahead of everybody. I'm not very good with time. I just see things and I do them. I don't ever mess my mind up about thinking, would it work? Or da, da, da. I just see it and I do it. And sometimes I get really far ahead and everybody thinks I'm crazy. And that's why I was just saying, well, we'll sell them all. And here you come in and you see what the real potential here is to make tons of money and learn how to do a new business. It's so great.
Woohoo!
So thanks for coming at the last minute and saving the day. Yeah, look, they're clapping for you.
Love it.
And then it just so happened that on Shakena's way back from Joshua Tree, she decided to come see me, and we're here, and she's getting to see everything. And it's been really, like, stabilizing for me, because the Shakti has just been, it's just been one of those amazing, like you say, it's the most amazing day of my life. And everything has been so clear for me, and the ability to see.
Stabilizing things.
And
Joshua helps ground him.
She's helping him stabilize things.
Yeah, she has that effect to help him stabilize and ground.
I get, okay, keep going.
Yeah, because just the energy of the day was just Pierre and I just kept looking at each other with wide eyes, like, what is going on? And I don't know, it was just such a beautiful opportunity, and to like be in the pure essence of the Shakti and just like trust and everything that was coming to my door and listening, and everything is just making so much sense. Not that it has to make sense, but um and yeah, I'm just really, my relationship with Jerry is really growing, and it feels really beautiful, and everything that we're creating here. And um his brother is going to come and spend next week sometime, a day or two, with me and anyone else who feels inspired to. I'm going to go through and learn how to tune up all of the bikes, because we experienced a lot of kinks and things being loose, and you work out your spring kinks, things of that nature. And so there's all of that, and then there's also the push to really stabilize and solidify the business from a standpoint of having, working with Jerry, understanding insurance, having the proper structures in place for liability, um, getting people's, the whole business side of it, that from a legality standpoint, it really um, stabilizes the business. So
I'm listening.
yeah,
Just got
it all
thirsty.
just feels,
Go ahead.
sometimes it feels like a fairy tale.
What did you just say?
Sometimes it feels like a fairy tale.
Huh? Yeah, I really understand that. It's so, we're not used to a world where everything is perfect and everything is growing without effort, where everything we could imagine and create is actually creating itself, and we're just witnessing and enjoying and helping
Yeah,
out a little bit. Yeah, this is a new world, definitely a new world. This never was here before.
yeah, and it
Wow.
became very clear why everything is here in Fallbrook. I had experienced like um not necessarily being open to the business being here, or like the headquarters per se, but so many people that I met today, it's something that really isn't as common in this area. And there's beautiful trails, and it's very similar to like the Bonsall, very hilly, mountainous, very beautiful. And then there's also opportunities to, bring this down more towards oceanside, Encinitas, and things of that nature. And so I'm really clear on why it's here, and that we actually have a physical space. And I'm going to work towards renovating this room to continue contributing and giving back to Jerry, and working with Jerry so that both the spaces are getting renovated, and it also houses an opportunity to have an office and all the proper storage and everything of that nature.
And I don't bother thinking about it, but I know that Jerry has a plan for us to continue to have that house in a completely new way. And I just know his plan is golden. I don't need to think about it. It just came out of the blue. I want to tell you also that as you're seeing your business develop, all of the bikes that are here in heaven I'd much rather them be used in a business. I mean, they're all available. That's what I'm really saying.
Yeah,
I have,
definitely.
a lot of my favorites here, so that might be some of the really best ones for a business.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you say you had other things to talk about? That was really a
Um,
lot, but maybe you have more.
um, let me think.
It's so wonderful to watch shaken up as you're expressing yourself and just being the amazing being that you are, to watch her watching you and then really enjoying the beauty of the one she loves. That part's just as good as whatever words you're saying. Like I probably remember that part longer than I'd remember any words. So, do you have more you'd like to say? Tell us more of your thoughts.
Thoughts? Yeah, I think we'll work together. You know, obviously we received that 50% deposit up front for the bikes that we were originally planning to move on. And I think that there's a way in still moving on 4 to 6 bikes that equate to that value, and for that money to be used in whatever way you see. And then also being able to still utilize the other 10 or so bikes that we would continue to keep here and be a part of everything else.
Okay, we only took half of it, so we still got a lot of flexibility.
Yes. Yep. And so I'm open to that. And come tomorrow, I'll work with the company to kind of figure out what that looks like. And that's all I have in this moment, but I'm sure there'll be something else I'll say later.
All right. Hey, Jim,
Hey, Isa.
I'm going to ask Shaken if she has something she wants to talk about. See, that was a little.
Well, I'll just start by saying yesterday the ceremony was like one of the best days of my life. I got there and I like I paid, I went as a participant, but I knew I was going to serve, and I found myself immediately in a guardianship position and held the stillness in Pampajira energy, which is very similar to the Vajra Sattva energy. And so I found in the ceremony, I was very still and very clear on what needed to be done, and felt total love and clearness in my role in that. And so that was very confirming. It felt very much like coming home. I got to see some people that I hadn't seen in a few years, just medicine family, tribe. It was like church. It was the most church I've ever been in church. And just so much trust, so much love, so much impeccability, so much telepathy, so many lessons, and like continual energy flow that was just constant the whole night. There was a beat. The beat was held the whole night. And so the work, like the amount of purge that came out, the amount of cleaning, limpia, was just like the whole night cleaning. And it was a massive work. It was so beautiful. And so that was just awesome. And I was able to, I sold paintings, I gave away paintings, I received artwork, I received medicine, I received honey, deep soul connections that are totally in alignment with where we are all going, and just complete confirmation of my trust in the medicine and my trust in myself. In addition to that, there are 2 dogs here that are our dogs. So the dog that I had 2 years ago, his name was Osho, and I, the last 2 years, have been grieving letting him go, or allowing him to be with without me in physical presence. And turns out Oso lives here along with Reina, which is another medicine song. So there's 2 dogs here that are like our dogs. And so I got to meet both of them, and it was so beautiful to be reunited with Oso after 2 years of praying and knowing he's up there, and to have him finally come back into my reality and have like me be able to hug him was perfect. It's like the moment that I've been dreaming of for since 2 years ago. And then Reina was a total surprise, but that's another one of my favorite medicine songs. So like we were both very happy to see each other, and they're just beautiful little angels that have been holding down the fort here and doing a great job. So they're getting baths tonight.
Oh,
And I think with that, I'm complete.
wow, we just learned so much we never knew. And it opened the door to many things we'd like to know more about. We might
And
have known. Go ahead.
Shaken and I had a magical time today.
Yes. So many angels.
We had a phone conversation that was really nice.
I've heard a little bit about it from both of you in the text stream. It makes me really happy. That's what it's all about. Jim, would you like to talk about something tonight?
Every breath I take, I feel a scintillating wave of light, warmth move across my body and through it. And I'm just in love with everyone here. And I'm feeling wanted and part of the family here. And I'm happy. Thank you.
I'm happy too. We're all experiencing the same thing. It's something that always was, and it's being born in this world right now. And it had nothing to do with whatever I was before. Whatever was before was just how we got here. It's something new, it's unique. We came here to manifest it, and we're just enjoying the ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love you, Jim. Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Clint. What do you have from New York for us tonight, other than, your beautiful face? Oh, and the halo above your head.
Nope.
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 Okay. Romana, you have something you'd like to talk about?
I had my first class today and I had one student show up. And after we got through the first 3 Sufi thoughts, she said it wasn't for her. She already knew all that. So we ended it after an hour. I felt something strange about her when she showed up, but then it was confirmed later. But she already knew all that. I'm not exactly clear why she came, but she decided it wasn't for her. Back to the drawing board.
Just keep doing your own practice and your own sadhana, and the right people will show up in the right time.
Right, exactly.
No skin off your back.
I felt fine about the whole thing. I still do. It was just fine. I'm working on my website with Shakana.
Great.
She's got somebody lined up to do it.
I'm
And,
talking with, can I just tap in real quick?
Sure.
I'm just so everyone knows, but also you knows, I'm talking to this woman. Her name's Delphine. She's in my women's network, and she does website design, Indra's web design. I really think that it's going to be a beautiful connection, and that she's going to understand the importance of what you're wanting to solidify now. So I'm
Yes.
speaking with her tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And regardless of her continual involvement, just know that it is all getting done in perfect time.
Thank you.
We've been
I
talking
love
about, say it again.
I love you.
Love you.
You've been talking
There's-
about you wanting to do your website quite a while, for a few weeks anyway, here in Dharma Night. And I always had a sense that it was going to show up. I just didn't know how. And look at that. Then Shaken shows up. There's so many ways that we're the same. She sees something, she does it. There's she had no filters, no space. She doesn't think. She just sees things and does it. I never met anybody like that other than me. So nice to have another me in a different body. It's kind of fun. And I'm sure she probably considers me another her and another body, and also seems like fun. Rashida, you have something you'd like to talk about?
I'm in the middle of wrestling with the alligator.
Woo! She's wrestling the alligator.
And
Wrestling the alligators.
holding a clear focus to be in the now and not go back into story, and see how to progress in the now and what is the next step. So some of you might know I am legally married to Jim Freeburn, and so we're initiating our divorce, and we have a first meeting and we have a first step. And we'll see if there's follow through on Wednesday. And so that helps me be in the present and in the now with everything that's happening. And there's a lot of energy for that. And I seem to have his attention. And I think we can progress.
And tomorrow's your wedding anniversary.
Indeed.
When she married us.
42222.
What?
42222.
Oh, that's good. That
Four
probably,
twos.
yeah.
And here we have 4 twos.
2 years ago
As we're bringing
on
that
that
up,
day.
the numbers are all aligned up.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You have more you want to talk about? Wow,
I do.
Oh, love to hear it. Go ahead.
I talked about this a little bit yesterday with this idea of a lot of these unconscious or negative impressions around things here at the warehouse. And I found it very interesting to learn that the man whose book I read yesterday about generosity, more of the biblical style version, he was here today, and we got to really chat and discuss some things. I'm actually staying in this little room that he was staying in, and he told me about his experience of him and this other individual who were living here. And I've mentioned it before, but they were, from my perspective, they were a little troubled at this current chapter of their life. One of them had just gotten out of prison. And I found too that they were partaking with meth here at the warehouse.
Uh-oh.
And
That could explain why things are missing right there. Drugs and robbery go well together because when you're on drugs, you don't have a sense of right and wrong. You're just gone. So I have a feeling as this research continues to follow on, we just found the path to the mystery. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, very well to a degree, which I put the 2 and 2 together, and I knew there was something about it. And I don't share it I shared it with him that he really felt. It gave me the reason I'm bringing it up is it gave me the opportunity to really see him from his perspective and how he is in his pursuit. I shared with him about the school of yoga and all the meditation and things that we do, and that he actually showed interest in those things and wanting to get better and wanting to come meet the community and move in a different direction, which I found really fascinating and really beautiful for someone who was on that type of path for him to find God and to want to better himself. And so I got to exchange and get his contact, and he happens to have, I found this just so beautiful too, that he happens to have a bunch of like film production equipment here that was gifted to him and that kind of runs within the community with Jerry, that he offered to all of us as well for different projects and things that we're creating as well. And so Pure got to know about that a little bit, and things just kind of really came full circle. And it was just a beautiful moment within the day that I wanted to share.
Oh, thank you. Anybody else have more they'd like to talk about?
All those impressions in there become great food for Rudra, don't they?
Yes, and you're going to talk about the 3 kinds of food.
Oh,
I've been eating.
Go ahead.
No, I just made a comment to what Jim said. I said, I've been eating.
Yeah. I'm wondering why I brought that up.
Last night in Dharma Night,
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua requested the Sufi prayer
Yeah,
because he was getting ready to eat, but he wanted to bless the food through that prayer. So we did a call and response for Sufi Sam's prayer.
And I thought about it, how it connected to other things we were talking about once I explained that part of it.
Well, you wanted to talk about the 3 kinds of food. We
Well,
didn't talk
No,
specifically about.
But I also had in mind it connected to a whole other subject and to show how the 3 kinds of food was related to that. But let me just talk about the
3
basic
kinds
idea.
of food, and then it might.
Yeah. So we say all life is one, everything exists as holy, plants, animals, and beings. All must eat to live and nourish one another. We bless the lives that have given us food. Let us eat consciously, resolving by our work to pay the debt of our existence. The inner understanding of the mystics of the desert is all contained in that prayer. The prayer is the essence of the knowledge of what we call the Sufis, the people of the desert. When we're talking about food, you're eating physical food and it metabolizes in your body. But you're also eating impressions, like all the thoughts and feelings, everything going on in your life. If you are in the full awareness of all of you, you're eating impressions and digesting them while you're eating the physical food. They work and nourish one another like that. And then also, if your awareness is really open, you also have the awareness of eating light. So you have a light body, you have a feeling body, and you have a doing body. And so all 3 bodies are eating and nourishing one another. The kinds of food that that body works with. So in saying the Sufi prayer, we're opening up the awareness when we eat physical food to be eating and digesting all three levels of food that our feeling body, our electronic body, and our physical body all at the same time. And I don't remember exactly why I brought that up that night, but it'll come up many times. You'll see that that idea, that understanding of three kind of food is active in all kinds of situations, not just like when we're eating physical food, but we're in a situation of digestion on any level. So was that useful? Okay. What do y'all smoke up there?
I guess I'll share a little story about it, but tobacco was out of my life for quite some time. And when Mara came by for practice on Friday, with all of this that has been going on, actually since the succession, the spirit has been really calling to me to work with it. And I asked if I could use some of her tobacco. And she gifted me a little cigarette at first, but then she gifted me like a beautiful pouch of American Spirit tobacco. And so the spirit's been really working with me a lot through this whole process, and really I continue to pray for it for strength and vitality and grace through everything that I'm doing. And it's been really stabilizing and really grounding for me with everything that I'm perceiving that is going on outside of me, and helping me remain pure and present internally. And so yeah.
Only good things are happening. You know, there's some world in which they think the good has to come with the bad and the bad has to come with the good. But in the real world, only good things are happening from the point of view of every other world. It's just the way it is. And we're there 100%. And we have a little family, and we have the ability to build anything we can imagine.
Yes,
Make the
I
world
really,
like Go ahead.
I really do feel that. Like I really have opened myself up to the wonderment that is being in that space of listening in silence and trusting that we have all of the right resources and tools and connections for all of this. And it feels like over the last couple of years, we've been putting together this beautiful 1,000-piece puzzle, and we're inching closer to, or maybe it's complete, maybe it already is complete, but I just feel that every day there's another piece to the puzzle and dots being connected. And I just do want to share that I love you both so much, and I'm so very grateful for everything that I have, and for all the opportunities that I've received through you guys, and also through Jackie and him inviting me out to Liberty for the first time, and inviting me and bringing me into this world. So yeah, I'm just very grateful.
Well, I have shared that with you. It's hard. It's so beautiful, so pure, so perfect, so without effort. There's only thing to feel but gratitude. So living in a state of gratitude is a state of permanent, undisturbable happiness. And not happiness about anything. It's just where all the happy cells, the happiness in each cell are turned on.
Yeah, it's like the song I shared the first night that Shake and I was there around dinner. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well.
I can see you singing that to your children.
Yes, I can too. Hey, Clint, what do you think about all this? That's right. Yeah, that's what I feel too. Okay, well, that was really great. Anybody else want to talk? All right, we'll all go back into our little bodies, but this communication is going on all the time. There's a new being here, and we're the little parts of it. And there's so many more little parts that are coming toward us. So, without any other ado, let's, Clint, lead us out of here with 3 Japanese yes. Hi!
Hey,
Hi!
hey,
Hi!
Hi.
hey.
Computer,
Hi.
turn off.